breakfast, I had 2 whole eggs, 1 whole egg white, some mushrooms, some kale sauteed in coconut oil, which is fantastic on keto or any other low-carb plan, a quarter of an avocado, and some fresh mushrooms and salsa. So this is a fantastic breakfast to get your day started. And about 2 hours after this is when I start making my smoothie. So I'm going to show you that next, and hope you guys definitely try this stuff out. It's fantastic for your health. Okay, so here I'm using 100% natural coconut water, and I use half a cup of that in this smoothie. So add a half a cup to your blender. And then I have a big handful here of cilantro or parsley, whichever you prefer. To the smoothie, I then add the organic baby kale from Whole Foods, which is my favorite, and I add a big handful of that. As you can see, it's a big handful, stems and all, and I throw that into my blender. Then I add 1 stalk of celery. This has really great fiber aside from the other vegetables and is a natural detoxifying vegetable. Now we're going to add some wild blueberries. I get the Trader Joe's kind because I like the kind that have no pesticides. It's very important for my way of eating. I also find that these wild blueberries, because they're so small, blend up really well, and because they're wild, guys, they're not as sweet as the GMO kind you would find in the supermarket. So the sugar content in these and the carb count is a lot lower than what you would find in the grocery store. I like to add a few leaves of mint just to give some little kick to the background of the smoothie. You can eliminate this if you're not a fan, but I love the mint and blueberry together. I apologize, here's the mint going in. And then I add a ton of ice. I find that you can eliminate this as well if you're not a fan of a thicker smoothie, but I like it almost like a milkshake consistency. So in goes almost an entire tray of ice. Oh yeah, down the hatch, almost ready. So here's where I place the lid on top of the blender and get everything ready to go. My blender has several different options. I can choose either a high blend or smoothie blend. I usually choose the smoothie blend just because I like the way that it blends up. And here we go. Look at that dark, rich color, full of polyphenols and amazing health benefits, guys. I'm definitely going to provide you with a few other recipes. I have a really good green smoothie recipe for detox that I will probably make in my next video for you. But in the meantime, this one with the blueberries is great when you have eggs. I find it just tastes so much better when you have an egg breakfast. So here we go, blending it up, and there it is. Look at it in all its glory. Now you can definitely add some more water to this, which I wound up doing just because it was extra thick. But I added table water. I added bottled water rather than the coconut water because of the carb count. So here it is. I put it in a little mason jar. I always add a nice thick smoothie straw to this, and away I go. And the health benefits to this drink, guys, is outstanding. You can't get a better smoothie to have in the morning than a fresh veggie and fruit smoothie. So, took a shower, haven't done makeup or hair yet, but taking a walk with my girl Molly, and some of you may think this video that I have up today is not necessarily keto because of the veggies and the fruit, but I have to tell you, if you're not just starting out and you've been on keto for a while, and you want to reboot because nothing seems to be working anymore, your progress is Zippo, this is a great way to reboot. If you need to reboot yourself, I personally don't see anything wrong with nourishing your body with healthy superfoods. You know, blueberries and raspberries and blackberries, things like that are so good for your body. And when you're on keto for a long time, you miss out on a lot of those nutrients.
polyphenols and things like that that are so good for you. And it also helps get your mind clear. I don't know, I can't really explain it. You guys, you know that I bombed out on my intermittent fasting, which I personally don't recommend for myself. If it works for you guys, great. Whoa, that thing just went right into its nest. Molly, come here. Come on, staying away. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I gained 5 pounds, and you can go back and watch that video and hear me talk about it. But when I got back on plan, Mom, we gotta go this way, it's all muddy. Check it out, this is what we're walking with. Hold on, I gotta spin because I'm twisted in the leash. So the intermittent fasting failure video, some of you got a little offended by it, and I wasn't trying to offend anybody by it. I was merely just stating that for me it wasn't necessarily a good thing, and I know it works for a lot of people. You don't have to tell me that. I know that. For me it didn't, and that's okay because we're all different, guys. Again, not a cookie cutter way of life. Everybody has to modify and do what's right for them. Molly, come this way. Hope there's no snakes here. And there's nothing wrong with that. So while my channel is keto, I have no problem if I have to do what's right for me. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't like to hate comments. Obviously I deleted them and blocked the people who are being obnoxious. And I also disabled the comments because I don't need that. My channel's my channel. Take it as you like. If you don't want to follow me, then don't. If you don't like what I'm doing, you don't have to like that either. But I'm doing what's working for me. And then by doing so, I know how to guide others who are in a similar situation. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I want you all to understand that when I started this channel, it was because I was starting a weight loss journey, and it has evolved. I've tried so many different things, and keto was the one thing that worked for me. While doing this for a few years, I've had tremendous success. I've had tremendous success with clients and speaking engagements and seminars that I do at the hospital and things like that. It's not just a YouTube channel that I do. I was invited to be on the Dr. Oz show, which will be premiering this Friday. Hope I made the cut, who knows. But, you know, so things have evolved for this channel. And while I still love keto and still plan on living that way, there's nothing wrong with tweaking things and changing things up every now and then if it works for me. I can only share on my channel what works for me because it's me. This channel is me. So you guys always know the best thing to do is to research all of this on your own. Look into what works for you. Look at your history. If you have any medical background. I'm a little out of breath from that hill. But anyway, back to the full day of eating. This day does have things that aren't necessarily keto, like blueberries. Some of you might argue that. It's a half a cup of blueberries that I had in that little smoothie. But I can tell you I'm benefiting from the antioxidants, the polyphenols, and everything else. I feel fantastic. I've taken off almost 6 pounds since the intermittent fasting bomb out. So I think nourishing my body with these superfoods for right now is a good thing. Take it or leave it. All right, so I'm going to continue walking Molly. Thanks for hearing me vent.